I think let us make it very clear, right? We are not trying to break any tradition or anything, right? If you can see the slide number 6, we are using the provision, right, where it is mentioned that consent calendar items can be requested for separate discussion by a council member or a resident. So I am just using that provision, right? As you can see on slide number 6, so we are invoking that provision to speak here about the minutes of the meeting on May 17, which was budget study session, which is extremely important for all residents. And also, let me also make one thing very clear. We've already seen that. We spent hundreds of hours to research all the 340-page budget document and related information. So it makes sense to spend some time to go over what we find and what we have to say, right? Instead of hurrying. That is another reason why we wanted to give this the importance it deserves. And I hope you understand where we are coming from. As you can see on slide number 25 and 26, right? So, in fact, we wanted to speak on this last meeting on 5/17, but the meeting ran beyond 11, and we heard our name called at 11:05. But we thought that it may go beyond 12 because we have to go to work next day, and we are not prepared for such a marathon session. But anyway, here we are. We'll be more than happy to go over some of those highlights, which I summarized on slide number 25 and 26. As you can see here, right, I think on 5/17 there were a lot of, I think budget study session exposed a lot of kind of loosey-goosey items, which some of them we highlighted here, right? For example, right, if Astor Museum is no, the 4.2 million insurance claims we can use for some other purpose instead of making it a museum, and maybe 1 million grand we may have to return. I don't know. Then another item was tree trimming, right? That was another hot item. Like there was a suggestion from Frank saying that he's willing to study the facts and allocate more budget if that's what it takes to trim the trees more often and keep Cerritos clean, which was one of his main campaign slogan, right? And I'm glad that he's sticking to that. And also, I think if it is a fact, right, we may have to allocate more than 1.2 million on tree trimming, which will again impact our budget numbers. Same applies to Calumet contract, right? And we are glad that Frank asked for a review, and we hope that it will be open for bidding or whatever it is. And the way this new contract is likely to be written, it may not have this kind of luxury giveaway, if I can call that way, right? For example, 1 million sign-in bonus and 1.2 million quote-unquote savings, and this may not be, happen in the new contract. So that means 2.2 million ding. As you can see here, millions are fluctuating on both sides. So we would really like to see what the numbers are going to be between now and 6/18 when the budget will be approved, we assume. So by that time, we would like to know really what is the number going to look like, and will the current surplus theory hold true? We think probably not. And as we've shown on slide number 26, if we add up all those made-up stories, fabricated numbers, you can see that easily we are in the hole for around 11 million. Again, we want to make it very clear. This is not just making up numbers to make anybody look bad. Okay, these are all derived from the budget you presented and the budget presentation. This is from the numbers City gave us. Okay, so please take a look at those things, and our suggestion is this, okay? Instead of making up numbers and coming up with this suddenly surplus theory, and come next year, losing all this money and losing your face and your pants, do you want to get into that? Or rather you will go conservative estimate and say that, we messed up. It is 95 million and we plan to spend that much, we all are happy camp. So think about it, and we will talk again when we go through the budget approval. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I want to thank all of you for coming to speak.